everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Michaela Winter, and we'll start today in Child's Pose. Separate your knees mat width distance. Big toes come to touch, and hips sink back over the ankles. Reach your palms out long in front of you and begin to get heavy, allowing the mat to take on your full weight. As we move through this practice, please keep in mind that this sequence is for you. Child's pose and any variations are always available to you. On your next inhale, make your way into tabletop. Arch the lower back, gazing up towards the sky for cow pose. Exhale to arch the spine, looking towards your belly button for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Cow. Cat. On your next inhale, find a neutral spine, tuck your back toes, and hover the knees off the mat. Engage the lower abdominals and press back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Let this dog be playful, pedaling out through the feet, massaging the palms, and swaying the hips back and forth. When you find a position that feels comfortable, actively press between the space between your thumb and your pointer finger. Elongate the tailbone towards the sky and reach your ankles towards the mat. On your next inhale, gaze towards the front of the mat and slowly walk your feet towards the back of your palms. Inhale for Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend your knees and slowly roll up through your spine, coming in to mountain pose, Samastitihi. Inhale, arms reach to sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale to step or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. On your next inhale, right leg reaches towards the sky for three-legged dog. Pull your knee forward, coming into Anjaneyasana, low lunge, and reach your chest towards the front of your mat, releasing the back knee and untucking the toes. Exhale to straighten the front leg, coming into half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Square both hips towards the front of the mat and find length across your collarbone, working to stretch the right hamstring. On your next inhale, return to Anjaneyasana and walk your right toes towards the outer mat edge. Inhale, right arm reaches to the sky. Exhale to capture the left toes. Actively pull your left ankle towards the lower back, working to broaden across the collarbones and taking the gaze towards the sky. You should feel a slight stretch in the left hip. Actively breathe into this space and release any unnecessary tension. On your next inhale, release the back leg without a snap and step to Malasana squat. Palms come to prayer at heart center, crown reaches towards the sky, and the lower hips release down between the ankles. Continue to breathe here, releasing any unnecessary tension and feeling the sensations in your body. Plant your palms and step to a plank. You can either move through a flow or press back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg reaches for the sky, three-legged dog. Pull your left knee forward, coming into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Right knee releases to the mat and back toes untuck. Yearn your heart forward, working to broaden across the collarbones and finding a deep stretch in the left hip. Exhale to straighten the front leg, coming into half split. Once again, work to square both hips towards the front of the mat and find a stretch along the front hamstring. Inhale to return to Anjaneyasana and walk the left toes to the outer edge of the mat. Inhale, left palm reaches to the sky. Exhale to capture the back right toes. Begin to find a stretch across the right hip, actively twisting your left shoulder to the sky and pulling the back ankle towards your asana. On your next inhale, release the back leg, plant your palms, and step to Malasana squat, allowing the hips to sink down in between the ankles and broadening across the collarbone. Actively push your elbows into your knees, working to create distance. As always, don't forget to breathe. Plant your palms and step to a plank. Either move through a flow or press back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to three-legged dog, and then stack the right hip on top of the left, opening up the right side body. If Wild Thing is in your practice, please take it now, reaching hips and chest towards the sky. On your next inhale, return to a three-legged dog, and then sweep the right leg forward, coming in to half pigeon. Ekapada Rajakapotasana. Take a moment to square both hips to the front of the mat and find a position that feels good in your body. When you're ready, slowly slowly walk your chest over your front leg and begin to release to gravity. We will be here for the next 3 rounds of breath. Walk your body into an upright position and shift your weight over to the right hip, swinging the left foot forward for Janu Shirshasana. Right ankle tucks into the left thigh and arms reach toward the sky, lengthening along both side bodies. Exhale to fold over the leg, touching forehead to knee. Continue to breathe in this position, releasing any unnecessary tension and allowing your body to be heavy. Slowly release the pose and make your way to Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Soles of the feet come to touch, knees splay to either side, and the spine is long. When you're ready, begin to walk your body over your feet, working to maintain an elongated spine. Walk yourself to an upright position and close your knees like a book. Tuck the left leg underneath the right and stack ankles with knees. For double pigeon, inhale to lengthen along both side bodies and, if you're comfortable, begin to reach forward, finding a stretch in the hips. This can be an intense pose. It may be enough for you to simply sit upright in this position, allowing your breaths to deepen. Begin to walk yourself to an upright position, and if the pose is available, begin to find Lotus, tucking the right ankle into the left hip and the left ankle into the right hip. Once you've found the position, actively squeeze your thighs together. Lengthen throughout the top of your head and begin to breathe, releasing into this position. Palms can come to heart center or rest on either knee to receive. Slowly release the pose and walk your hips forward and back to release any unnecessary tension. Make your way into boat and then roll forward, coming in to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg lifts to the sky for three-legged dog. Stack left hip on top of the right to open up the left side body. If you chose to take Wild Thing on the first side, please do so on this side as well. Lifting both hips up towards the ceiling and expanding across the chest. On your next inhale, return to three-legged dog and sweep the left knee forward for half pigeon. Once again, find a position that's comfortable for you. When you're ready, slowly walk your body forward for sleeping pigeon and begin to release, connecting with your breath. Make your way to an upright position and shift your weight over to the left hip. Tuck your left ankle into the right thigh and inhale to create space along the ribs. Exhale to fold over the right leg for Janu Shirshasana, second side. The goal of this pose is to touch forehead to knee. If you need to bend your front leg, please do so. When you're ready, release the pose and set up for Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. Soles of the feet come to touch and knees splay out wide. You have some options here. You can either create a wider diamond, working to elongate the spine over the legs, or a smaller diamond, working to press the outer thighs into the mat. When you find a position you're comfortable with, begin to release, surrendering to the pose and connecting with your breath. Close your knees like a book and slip your right ankle underneath the left, setting up for double pigeon. Once ankles and knees are stacked, press the thighs together and elongate through the base of your spine. If this is enough of a stretch for you, stay here and continue to connect with your breath. If you're looking for something deeper, walk your body forward, working to maintain an elongated spine. Make your way to an upright position, and if the pose is accessible, begin setting up for Lotus. Left ankle comes to right hip. Right ankle comes to left hip. Actively squeeze your inner thighs together and find a comfortable placement for your hands. Palms can come to knees or find heart center in prayer. Actively reach out towards the top of your crown and continue to breathe, noticing the energy running through your body. Slowly release the posture and walk your hips forward and back. When you're ready, begin to lower onto your back, engaging the lower abdominals. And then bring knees to your chest, coming into a little ball. Squeeze everything towards center, finding the smallest ball possible, and then completely release for Shavasana.